Hello, how are you today? Welcome back to Beauty Bee and to kind of a haul, kind of first impressions, probably kind of a chatty get ready with me too, because I have been doing some stress shopping recently. I have some really big projects that I've been working on for literal years that are finally coming together in the next couple of weeks. So, that plus all of these early Black Friday deals has not been great for my low buy. Not a no buy. It's definitely not been that. So I figured why not take a little 10-15 minute break, put on some makeup, try some of my new things, and talk through it with you guys. The big thing that I have today to show you is from Lorac. I ended up getting their holiday palette, the Fairytale Forest, and it is so much prettier in person. Oh my goodness. I mean, look at the texture on those shimmers. Aren't those beautiful? And I love how grayed out so many of the mattes look. That is definitely my vibe. It's so pretty. I haven't even swatched it yet. I just got this in the mail like an hour ago, but I'm really excited to play around with this. Also, while we're here, I'll show you this, even though I don't think we're gonna mess with it today. This is from Pat McGrath. It's the little mini Sublime palette, the Eye Ecstasy, which is her, I think these were originally like $28, which is insane. Now they're $14, which I think is much more reasonable. I've used this 3 or 4 times and I'm really happy with it so far. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. I was putting down this Tarte base tape earlier. It's one of their hydrating primers. And I'm going to start out with some Wet n Wild Photo Focus. I actually ended up getting not another one of these, though it was what I wanted. This is out of stock on both Ulta, and I don't think Target might have even just stopped carrying it. So I ended up getting the Milani one instead, but I still have some of this left, so I'm not going to crack that one open. Anyway, I'm having a really hard time staying on track today. So I'm going to set down that primer using this white shade from Maybelline. I'm sure that there is a decent eye primer setting shade in the Lorac palette, but I don't know, I'm trying to pan this anyway, so why not use it every chance I get. Okay, so now, time to get into things for real. I have not thought at all about what I want to do today. I am wearing just like a navy blue velvet top and a gray cardigan, so I feel like I could go as colorful as I want and it wouldn't look too off today. So I think I'm going to start just with this really slate gray shade. I'm going to take that on sort of my go-to crease brush. Oh, it has a little bit of olive to it. That's interesting. And just stick that in my crease. I'm not really blending this up yet because I want to go into another shade to do that. Just really keeping this to the deepest part of my crease. Okay, so that worked out fine. Now, I think I'm going to use this warmer brown, same brush and everything. I'm going to use that in my transition area. I feel like those blended into each other really, really nicely. So here's the real moment of truth, is when we go in to the shimmery shades. I think that today I want to go with these two more green shades. I think I'm going to stick with this all over most of the lid and then maybe put a little bit of this darker blue in the outer corner. So I'm just going to go in with my finger. Oh, that's really creamy to the touch. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, that's so pretty. I like this a lot. I've bought far, far too much eyeshadow over the past, 2 weeks. You know how I said I was gonna get, maybe one large palette and one small palette over Black Friday? That was wishful thinking. That was decidedly wishful thinking. But if the other things that I purchased end up working out for me half as well as I feel like this is going to, I won't even be mad at myself, because that's really, really pretty. I almost don't want to put that darker shade down. But for science, let's do it. That definitely has a very similar texture. Just a little bit. Also, don't mind my nails, like I said. Big projects, literally years-long projects, coming to an end in the next 2 weeks. So haven't exactly had half an hour to sit around and do my nails. That's pretty. I like this a lot. Hopefully this video isn't just me admiring myself in my mirror. That would be awkward. But I mean, it's a really pretty palette. And I hope we would all know that it was me admiring the eyeshadow and not just sitting here staring at myself in the mirror. That would be suspect. Highly suspect. I think I'm going to go back into the green, keeping it on my smudger brush though, and I'm going to, I say the green, there's two greens. This green, the lighter green, and I'm going to do the inner part of my lower lash line with this shade. And maybe just for kicks, let's try this different shimmer formula. This one looks to be a little bit more smooth and less textured. I'm just going to take that on my pinky finger and stick it in my very inner corner, just to see what that looks like. It definitely feels different to the touch. That's pretty. I think that I got just a little bit, I don't even know if that's fallout or if I just touched my eye or touched my cheek, but I got a little bit of blue on my cheek. However, it's looking really, really pretty. I bet that these really textured shimmery shades would look really pretty layered over one another. I don't want to mess with a good thing right now, and I don't have time to mess with a good thing right now, but in the future I would definitely be intrigued to try that out. Now I'm going to go in with some mascara. This is actually new too, although I've had it sitting in my backup drawer for quite a while. It was just time to open a new mascara, so this is the It Lash Blowout. I know that I like this one. I know that it works well for me. So I actually got a free, quote-unquote free mascara in this order. With any $20 Lorac purchase, I think you got a full size, it turns out. I think it's Holy Lash, whatever their new mascara is. And the Pro palettes were on sale for 40% off. So I got this 18-pan palette and a full-size mascara for $21. Like, that's wild to me. You would be doing well to get that at the drugstore for $21, much less from Lorac, which I think is priced sort of at the lower end of like Sephora or prestige brand makeup, but definitely isn't cheap. And I've had a Lorac palette in the past. I want to say it was like pink champagne or something, and it worked out really well for me. So I have a lot of hope for this going forward, and I think I'm going to get a ton of use out of it. So be on the lookout over the next several weeks for probably some kind of 2 looks or 3 looks, 1 palette plus review video on this, because I am so excited to play around with it. And really, you should probably be on the lookout for the same with this Pat McGrath palette, though I think you've already kind of heard my review. I've tried every shade on that in that palette, and it's very nice. I need to get going. This is turning into a little more break than I intended. I do have a highlight, which is I think the last new thing I have to play with. That's not true. I'm sure that I have a lipstick that I've not shown you before. So I'm just going to go in with my Nars Orgasm blush. I don't need a lot of it. I'm sure that whatever my lipstick is will end up being a lot. And I am wearing, blue and green eyeshadow. So just a little bit of color there. This I have swatched so far, and I wasn't very impressed with it, but I'm interested to see how it works out on the cheeks. I've been eyeing this for ages. This is from Makeup Revolution. It is their white highlighter. This is the highlighter Reloaded, and I believe the shade is Set the Tone. Opinions on this online seem to be pretty mixed. Some of them were saying this is the perfect pale person highlighter, and I have wanted a white highlighter. Others were saying that it was kind of a glitter bomb, and judging by the amount of glitter that is currently on my shirt, just from running my brush across this, I would tend to agree with the first group. However, that is a highlight. That is okay. I would tend to agree with the second group, I mean. Whatever one said that it was kind of glittery. This is a little bit on the chunky side, but I mean, on camera it probably doesn't look that bad because the camera loves highlight, but in person. It's very chunky, but it is so pretty. Maybe I'm team both sides. I have some setting mist over here. This is actually newish too. I've had it for a couple weeks, but I don't think I've mentioned it. This is from e.l.f. and it's their coconut setting mist. It is delightful. I don't even think it's really because the setting mist is nice. I think it just smells like coconut, so I like it. Really don't like the taste of coconut, but the scent of it, big fan. Okay. I keep saying this, but I really need to finish up this video. So, as far as lipstick goes, ooh, I don't think you guys have seen this one yet. Wrong tube. This is from ABH, and it is the shade Vita. It's another mini lipstick from them. I bought this through Ipsy. I mean, is that really what I want to go with, though? Probably not. I'll leave you a swatch, though, because I teased it. It is a blue-based red. I would almost say that this verges a little bit on pink. But what I'm really going to go with is just this little Sephora melting clicks, I think is what it's called. Yep, melting lip clicks. Just a brown. And I think that is it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you like the final look. I am a big fan. I think that I'm really only scratching the very surface of what that Lorac palette can potentially give me. I'm really excited to play around with it over these next several weeks and honestly these next couple years. So I think it's showing a lot of promise so far, though. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you consider liking and subscribing if you did. I really hope that I will see all of you in my next video. Bye!